What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Y'all know what time it is. It's Sideline to Baseline time with your boy MB and Klew.
Klew.
Listen, man, we are so excited to come in your living room, in your car, at your job, ride around to your mama house, your auntie house, or going home to your husband or your wife, man, or them kids. We just love that you guys.
Or a happy hour somewhere. Somebody probably
okay.
Happy hour, you know.
Hey, actually, they done opened all that stuff up because I went and got some wings about 3 weeks ago, and they have a bar inside, and I was like, they was in there, no mask, no nothing. I'm like at the bar, but everybody around sitting at the tables was still, observing like the COVID measures, and I'm like, dang, y'all sitting here smoking cigarettes, drinking, and talking at each other's face like it ain't nothing.
Right. Man, sometimes you I remember that. What's that movie? Armageddon with
Armageddon, yeah.
You remember that movie? And he brought up. He said, "Man, my guys working. They working so hard, and they was on the timeline. He's like, they need a break. Trust me, they need a break. And it's like the whole COVID thing. It's like, man, people need a break just to exhale. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so just to get out and exhale and just like that. But obviously, you got to continue to practice the social distance. Just ask your president; he'll tell you.
Well, speaking of the president, man, the debate is over, MB.
Yeah.
Joe Biden and Donald Trump. No, I ain't talking about that debate. I'm talking about this foolish debate that the Miami Heat had any type of chance
to
come anywhere close to my late show, baby.
Come on, man. Hey, I know I feel like, what's that movie, Dumb and Dumber? Like, so you say we got a chance. I'm still holding on, baby. I'm still holding on that we got a chance, even though they announced today that Bam is out. And that's scary because even with Bam in the game, man, the Lakers just own the paint. I mean, the Dwight Howard, he don't own what he on. He on some Balco stuff. And then obviously AD doing what AD does, man. They kept scoring in the paint like it was like taking candy from a baby. And so we got to get that done. I don't know how we're going to do it. We got to get that done.
Get what done? Like, and this is what I tried to talk about last week when we spoke about this. I said, the dude who dominated in the paint, Bam, during the Celtics series, the guy that dominated during the paint is shorter than LeBron James. So what was he going to do with Dwight Howard and Anthony Davis? That was my problem. And I said, they can't put him on Anthony Davis up front because now you're taking all his energy off of offense, which you really need him to really be a factor down there. But, we too big, man. We too big. And what I tried to tell you is, all of a sudden, the big tough guy that's blocking shot dunks at the rim, all of a sudden he looking real weak. The other big tough guy, smaller big tough guy, Django Unchained, that you was all excited about.
Django, baby, Django.
He tweaked this little ankle, and I think I remember saying something to you last week when we was talking about this. You said they some goons out there.
Yeah.
And I said, you're right. But what's a goon to a goblin? Right. And I think we have seen goons versus goblins, what's going to happen. Now, I still think that this team, I think they got a chance to win game 4.
Is that what it is?
To stretch it to 5.
You give us game 4 like bro, man.
Yeah. Because I want everybody to start talking about the Denver Nuggets and, hey, the Lakers got them down 3-1. Are they going to pull a Denver? That's what I want. I want that kind of talk.
Well, here's the thing. Couple things. You're right. I mean, obviously, the Lakers hit my heat in the mouth, man. They hit him in the mouth and they made him say uncle. they try to fight. And one thing discouraging when you talking about Django and Chain, man, he said this comment. He said, man, we're gonna keep fighting. We're gonna win the game. We just gotta play perfect. When he said that, I was like, it's a wrap. There's no way. I don't care. There's no perfect game other than like maybe baseball that more perfect. And even when you play perfect, it's some grace that happened. You know what I'm saying? Like something amazing happened to keep it going. But there's no way in all get out that you could play perfect. And when he said that, I was like, it's over. Kiss the baby. You know what I'm saying? And I was trying to fight it. But then that was before Bam is being ruled out. And now I don't know what's going to happen to the Dragon. You know, he tore his plantar fascia. Is he going to play or not? I don't know. But when he said that, I would say, man, put a fork in it. My heat is done, baby.
Done. I hate this is happening because, you know, the Heat faithful would say, if we were healthy then.
Yeah,
man. You never had a chance, man. I don't know what these analysts are talking about, the 2 or 3 that are going against the Lakers, because your best shooters, you got to remember.
Hey, hold on. You see what Adam say? What happened was.
Here it is. You talk about who is it? Jones and Tyler Hero. Okay. If you think about it, the Lakers guards came off of playing who? Jamal Murray, right? And Michael Porter Jr. And then right before them, they came with your guys, James Harden and Russ Westbrook. What do you think these guys slow poking around, running around screens, can't put the ball on the floor for nobody? What do you think that's doing to them? This a break. It's a break. Like, they ain't even D'ing up. They like, dude, I couldn't sleep at night playing against Westbrook. That's what Danny Green them around there said. Now you bring these 2 slow boys that's coming off of screens. Man, good. Thank you. This a break.
Yeah, I mean, it is. Well, the Heat, we started off on fire the first game. I mean, I was like, okay, that's how you go. That's how you do it. But then it was like, who took my cornbread?
And I want you to notice what happened during that early point when they put us down 13. Do you notice what the Lakers did the entire time?
What's that?
We kept coming down, dumping it to AD. Yeah. So AD was playing y'all. We wasn't playing y'all. We say we got to get this goblin going early. Because once he started going,
no doubt,
ain't no stopping us.
no doubt. I mean, he's AD is a grown man, and obviously, and then you know what? I saw his interview like after the game, and the way he was talking, he was like, you know, hey, we was doing up, but he said, yeah, we got to clean some stuff up. When we got the lead, you know, we was playing sloppy, right? Yeah. And just the focus, right? The zero in focus. He didn't sound like somebody that's first time at the playoff. He sounded like somebody that's hungry, that's on a mission, that's ready to close this thing out. And like I said, man, like we talk about the Clippers and how they kind of felt apart. And I told you, man, the biggest difference between the Clippers, because the Lakers had the same thing. They had to build a team on the fly as well. You know what I'm saying? They had a lot of new parts and whatnot. But the difference is the leadership from the players. That's the biggest difference. When you talk about the leadership of LeBron, you talk about the leadership of AD, that's the difference between that and the leadership of the Clippers, right?
Well, you got to think, I agree with that, and you got to throw in Rondo and Dwight Howard.
No doubt.
Because Dwight has been in control of keeping the team together and loose and having fun during this bubble experience, which nobody really thought about until guys started getting missing, getting in trouble, trying to pull other people in the rooms and all that kind of stuff, and other guys saying they depressed, you know, during this time.
Right.
But you got that leadership you talking about. and it's not coming from one person. MB.
Exactly.
That's exactly what's great about your point.
No doubt, and that's what he is, man. And I know people say that maybe, I don't know if you saw it. I know we didn't talk about this, but Kyrie Irving said, "Hey, man, about he was on something about he'll gladly give it up to a clutch man like Kevin Durant. He finally got one, and it was saying maybe it's a shot at a LeBron. Then LeBron didn't answer directly, but LeBron talked about, hey, one thing about me and AD, man, we're not jealous. We're and AD said, only thing I'm jealous of, he's got a ring. That's it. But you could see that, man. You could see right from the beginning, LeBron, I don't know if you remember, but LeBron was trying to give up his jersey number to get an AD in the NBA. They vetoed it because it was too late. Correct. And you could see how, even I remember watching the first game against New Orleans when they played the Pelicans, how they was, when you talk about they was feeding them against the Heat, they purposely was trying to feed AD, right? To get him going. You know what I'm saying? Right. And just that selfish, man, that selflessness, right, that they have. And that's, it's like bittersweet with LeBron, because if that's one of the knocks on him, it's not, well, he don't have the mama mentality. He don't have that killer instinct like Jordan, but his game is a facilitator. To me, his game is like a Magic Johnson on steroids. You know what I'm saying? Right. But it's just the way his game is at times selfless, right? Selfless. And he just like get it done, unselfish, and he just gets it done, man. So, I mean, a lot of people hating on Bron, man, and I think you and I talked about this, how Dame came out and said, man, why y'all keep hating on this dude, man? Every time he steps on court, he's making history, and I just totally agree, man.
Yeah, they put up a ton of stats. LeBron, and this is over the history. He's first in NBA Finals in like 6 categories. And you think about finals,
Klew, look at what your boy commented, JC.
Hey, look. I know. Hey, look. And see, I saw what Jay Gutter put out there. But the problem with me is we supposed to be at home. Remember, Portland was beating us.
Oh, yeah. JC repented, man. He don't repent it. Let him off the hook, Klew. He don't repent it. Come on, JC.
Hey, we go on fishing with Portland. That's what we I really cannot believe that we still in the bubble. How they let a losing team play for the finals? I'm still struggling with that, man. But yeah, you speak about LeBron James and what he's been able to do. It's remarkable, but it's amazing though about like Dame Lillard said, how much hate he gets for doing the right stuff.
Yeah.
On the court, off the court. And it's like, this is the kind of guy that you would want to celebrate. This is the kind of guy that you could, remember the jerseys was in, MB? And jerseys when we were playing ball, everybody was wearing old school jerseys, new school. And we sit back like, boy, if you knew some of these jokers, you sure wouldn't put on that jersey. You know what I mean? That's kind of exactly. And it's like, man, it's amazing. The guy says the right stuff, does the right stuff, and then people are still poking, picking, prodding, trying to find something wrong with what he does. And he's a winner. He's a GOAT. He's a GOAT, because I'm more, when it comes to the GOAT, I tend to go with what Kareem said. And Kareem kind of pointed as this. He said everyone has their errors. So there are GOATs, but they're all in their errors because it's too tough to really put them together. And really, if you think about it, if we sit here arguing with your uncle MB, he might be talking about Dr. J was the guy. You see what I'm saying?
Or Oscar Robertson, or Will Chamberlain, or Kareem. Or Kareem.
And that's the problem. So I think when Kareem said that, I was like, man, that's insightful. I like that, because I was always a guy that felt like Wilt and Kareem always somehow get left off the list. And if you look at their numbers, Nobody numbers are close to theirs.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, for these stat guys that love to talk stats, look at Mike points, look at day points. You see what I'm saying? It's not even close.
Yeah, it's a combination of things. It's based on what you measure it by, right?
Right, absolutely.
And unfortunately, I think, which is a tragedy, unless you're in a individual sports, right? A lot of times we measure it by how many championships you won. And to me, that's so subjective because you can have a great player and you can aspire the team, but because you don't have the players around you,
correct,
you ain't winning the championships, and you're defined about that, you know?
Right. Charles Barkley, a la Charles Barkley.
Yeah, exactly. Or just look at football, right? When you talk about who's the greatest quarterbacks, right? You start with the people who won the most championships, Tom Brady and Joe Montana, right?
And but Dan get left out.
Yes, exactly. And I'm not saying that Dan is the greatest, but you see what I'm saying? It's all based on how many championships won, and that's one of the knocks against LeBron when you talk about is he the GOAT, is because when you look at his NBA final record, he's 3-6 and Jordan is 6-0. And so that's where a lot of people go to and go through. But when you look at the teams like obviously Miami Heat team is an anomaly because they had some players. But you look at the Cavaliers, I mean, other than him and Kyrie, like, wow. And to me, man, I used to have this argument all the time. Look, I mean, Jordan always had two other guys that was consistent. He always had Scottie Pippen, and they always had like a power forward, either was Horace Grant, who's all-star, or Dennis Rodman. They always had somebody consistent third guy, you know? So who knows? You know what I'm saying? It's all that stuff hard to measure.
Well,
hey, you see, I love for JC comment. He said, man, I don't remember. Basically, he said he don't remember he picking Portland to win too many headshots.
Man.
Oh, man. Hey, what's up, homegirl Christian? What's up, White? How you doing? That's my homegirl right there.
Absolutely. Yeah, moving right along.
Hold on, say, hey, Steven, we got you, man. You're in Hampton Hospital checking in. Okay, we got you, brother. We'll be praying for you, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, we you mentioned the Clippers early on, and obviously everybody out here in the sports world know that the Clippers moved on from
Doc Rivers.
Yeah, and hey, Doc Rivers from the crib, man. He ain't from the crib, but he's lived here.
Right.
He lived down here. Yeah, he ain't from the crib, but this way, yeah.
He lived in Orlando.
Yeah, and what was it? It felt like 2 days later after they fired him, he already in Philly.
Right.
So he got that experiment that I think is a failure. I feel like they got to make some changes. However, he'll have to do that. But I think the most important thing, man, is have the Clippers decided to restart. You know, they have 0 picks. They're obviously Montrezl Harrell's up. You know, and I think he gonna chase the money.
And Morris is up too.
Who else?
Morris, the twin.
Yeah, because he came on late. Yeah, for a 1 year.
And they traded a first-round pick to get him.
Right. They have no picks in, know, for the next 8 years or something crazy. Yeah. So, you know, and then MB, that's the first question. Will they restart? Will they blow it up? And the second one is, will even Kawhi Leonard and Paul George stay there? Because they're only under contract through next year. They can opt out after next season. You mortgage your entire future on 2 guys that you allowed to make a contract that they could opt out. And I know Paul George is you inherited, but still, MB, I've changed some language in that. Because if they opt out, you go back to the slippers. You ain't in the Clippers no more. You know what I mean? Like, you fade off into oblivion.
The slippers. Yeah, well, to me, I think that based on what you're saying, to me, the answer's in what you're already saying, right? And you talk about they mortgage their whole future on those 2 guys. Mm-hmm. And you talk about they gave up 6 players, right, to get Paul George from OKC, and
Correct.
obviously it wasn't just Paul George like they would say. It was because Kawhi Leonard wasn't going to the Clippers without Paul George, you know?
Right.
So it's really you give up a total of six players for two players, which you got what you talked about. But then, like you said, you mortgage for a short-term lease of basically 2 years plus an option, a player option.
Right.
And so that's that. But, you know, I mean, their owner wants to win. And I can see, and it's kind of catch-22. I mean, that's a high price to pay for just a short-term benefit, and now you're not reaping the benefits of that move. So, i.e., that's why Doc got fired, because Doc was the main one that Don King the whole deal to get the deal done.
Absolutely.
And now because of that, he's not there no more to enjoy it or to enjoy, hopefully, the fruits of all that trades and what happened. But to me, I don't think they blow it up, Klew. I think, man, they got too much more. They're not going to blow it up themselves. They're going to at least give it another year and see how it goes, see if the chemistry can go together. You know, they're going to at least try to get Harold back and Morris back if they can, because potentially they can pay them more money than any other team out there. Now, would they? I don't know. But somehow when you go this deep down the rabbit hole, you know, it's like no turning back. You know what I'm saying? It's either championship or bust. And based on the fact they fired Doc and based on all that, I think that's what it is. In my humble opinion, I think is the mindset is championship or bust, that all they chips on the table to try to win it, and they're going to at least give it one more shot before they blow it up. That's just my thoughts.
And I like that. My only problem is if you're in this position, the only way you get yourself out right now, knowing that they can opt out after next season, is get rid of them now. just thinking from a management standpoint, because and I say you can beg, borrow, and steal some of them picks back, because after next year, I think they opt out anyway, because I think they're going to have a horrible season again next year, because Montrez was the heart and soul, I believe, of their team.
Yeah,
and then he's gone, and then, you know, like you said, there's other guys that are in the mix, but I don't know. You know, I just don't know what they look like. Are they a contender next year? Like Denver obviously is a contender next year. Can they beat Denver? Like it's the new question. And then, you know, does watching Denver beat them give a Portland the confidence to beat them now? You know, you just wonder about that West, because Portland again is an A seed that everybody had beating the Lakers. You see what I'm saying? Them beat an A seed everybody had beating the Lakers, and you got to see them next year. Is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think when if I'm the Clippers, the way I'm looking at it, it's not so much that. What was that? It's not so much that Denver beat us. It's the fact we beat ourselves. Because when you look at the losses, right, it was like 3 games where the Clippers had double-digit lead. So to me, it's not about anything. I mean, I'm just saying, it's the way they're looking at it. The way they're looking at it is like, hey, man, we just need to put it together. We need to finish strong. We need to do this. I mean, it's nothing they did that beat us. We beat ourselves. You know, at the time, cool. I'm just telling you, the mindset to look at it. That's the way they're looking at it. So if they just need to get their stuff together. They got, with the talent they have, you always got to consider them a contender. And that's why, right, when they put the team together, people were saying, man, they're contender, they're a threat to the Lakers just because of talent alone. And I think if they keep the same team in place, you still got to treat them the same way because of talent alone, that they're one mindset away from getting it done, you know? That's my thought. Now, the thing that bothers me, right, is that Paul George, like I said, it's all about leadership from the player standpoint. You got to have the right head coach, because even Paul George repeatedly said, oh, we didn't see this as championship or bust. We didn't see it as that. I'm like,
that ain't got nothing to do with coaching. You know that, LB.
Right. No, I'm just saying, though, when I'm talking about coaching, I'm saying because as a coach, you got to sell the vision of the team. You got to make sure guys are saying what you're saying. And for me, yeah, we seen this championship or bust. Every year you trying to win the championship. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you think Doc was in there really saying, oh, this ain't championship or bust? Man,
I
Doc
don't
trying to
know.
win every game.
But
Doc done said we here for one thing. The hoist that trophy at the end of the season, and I just don't think they were built to do that. I just keep going back to the Miami Heat, who was a much better team than them, and by that I mean the players, player for player, roster unbelievable compared to them, and it took them a year to get together and get it together.
Well, and no doubt. But the thing is, though, Doc ain't never come out and say, "Hey, we're for championship." When you talking about, you think so? To me, he never corrected them. So I don't know Doc leadership skill. All I can go by what I see, and what I see and what I hear. Right, is not championship attitude. I don't like what was verbally saying by your top players that you saw. You talk about Miami Heat when they brought those teams together. They made it clear from the beginning what. How many championships you won? Not one, not two, not three. I remember that day.
And they still lost. They still, you know.
I know, but at least they made it clear. They didn't run away from the expectation. They made it clear what they there for was to win championships. And they was like, and then how many you want to win? They start not one, not two, not three. I remember that pep rally. I can see it in my mind now.
Well, you sure wish he was back there, don't you? You got real excited. You wish he was back, don't you?
But all I'm saying though, they let you know what their vision is from the beginning. And all I'm saying, Paul, you got one of your star players saying, "Well, it's not championship or bust." Then what you playing for then?
I just feel like that has more to do with him than Doc. Hey, moving on. We going to NCAA football, going to that ACC, and we just gonna run through a few of these games. NC State at Pitt, MB.
Oh yeah, well, hey man, I like that Pitt, that pot out. Pitt got that defense, bro. Hey, they share the same practice facility as the Steelers. They need to be checking Joker's face mask, not just number, because it look like some Jokers from the Steelers on that D-line, Klew. Boy, they be eating, boy. I mean, they be going to eat, boy. They pinning it, man. They going to get it, man. I think James Harrison, somebody over there, man, because they going to eat that D-line, that defense on fire, man. I think Pitt come out with the W, man, because they defense is just so strong.
Well, I think that's an easy win. Pitt obviously has surprised us this season to play as well as they've been playing. But they playing NC State, man. And NC State showed us you can show up with 10, 15 players and get a win. So
yeah, no doubt.
So I'm going with that. Virginia Tech at Duke, baby. Virginia Tech going on the road. They coming to Wallace Wade Stadium, baby. It's a no-go when you come in there. Pandemonium. It's gonna be COVID. We gonna spray COVID-19 all around the stadium. Hey, they ain't got but 15 players left. We gonna take out 5 more and play 10 on 11 and pull out the victory, baby.
Hey, y'all better do what BYU did against us, Klew. We went up to play them. Man, those jokers ain't cut the grass for about a month, man. We was taking away our speed and everything.
Quit saying, baby.
You would look on the sideline, you couldn't see nobody's shoes. The grass was too high. So y'all better do all that. Y'all better do something, man, to slow those boys down, man. Because you know what, B-Tech is a problem.
Hey, we gonna try. If I need to put in a call, come just throw some mud, just throw a bunch of dirt on the field or something, because I know we done cut the grass already. Hey, look. And then the final game that I see on here, MB, is Virginia, the Wahoos at Clemson. And we ain't seen Clemson. Feel like, Clemson been off a week, but it feel like they've been off for, 2 years.
Yeah.
Like it just feel like, 1 week feel like we ain't talked about them in a minute. I think both of us got Clemson. But I really want to see, because Clemson played, they got off to an easy start. They played the Citadel. Yeah. So this is their first Division I game, really. So it'll be interesting just to see them line up. But
Clemson also beat. This is their second Division I game, because remember they played Wake.
Yeah, my bad.
Wake played. Wake JV.
My bad. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, hey, and here goes the sad part. I skipped Wake too, because they the first game at Campbell.
Yeah,
they playing tonight. Yeah, they playing tonight. But hey, I was scared to talk about that game. I'm scared Campbell might get a win. That'll look bad for all of us.
Right now, Campbell, they ain't play nobody, and they took some L's already. So I think Wade definitely should get a W, man.
This the thing. This the thing, MB. Everybody always, I'm a conference guy, right? And I always cheer for the conference. And I think people miss that point a lot of times because you dog our teams in your conference. First time y'all lose to them, you got to wear that. Okay. And then the second thing about it is everybody dog your schedule when your conference do bad. Right. So I'm a conference guy, and I always want to see wins outside of the conference.
No, most definitely. So true, man. And then we got, who else we got? We got North Carolina versus Boston College.
Oh, yeah, Boston College.
You know what? Hey, and that's the battle of the undefeated, right? So both teams are undefeated right now. BC is 2-0, but North Carolina is 1-0. So the thing about North Carolina, they haven't played in 3 weeks.
Correct.
Charlotte got canceled, right? Correct. They was trying to find a replacement game, couldn't get it done. So obviously the first game of the season against Syracuse, they had the game. The score at the end didn't reveal it, but it was a tough battle for like three and a half quarters, right? Then they end up pulling it out. And in Boston College, they got a new head coach, and their 2-0 record looked deceiving because you talking about playing somebody. They played your Duke and beat them 26-6, so they ain't nobody.
Man, come on, man. There you go.
There you go. Texas State, Klew, and had to come back and beat Texas State 24-21. So I don't know. They're going against North Carolina, and North Carolina chopping at the bit. So I don't know, man. North Carolina ready to go. This is
my upset number one. I picked North Carolina. If you remember, that's when one of the other reasons why, Jay Gutter checked me for COVID before, and you checked me again when I said this was my upset pick to win the ACC, and that's UNC. So I don't think they're gonna lose. I'm just throw that out there again. So we remember we put that on tape again.
Yeah. I want them to go undefeated all the way until they play that last game of the year. And you see what Adam talking about. Is Miami disciplined enough to stay in the bubble waiting on Clemson 1 extra week? I think so. I think they are, man. I think one thing, and I'm gonna say this on a show that I saw, right? Adam, this question with Adam, right? Are they disciplined enough? What I like, and we just talked about earlier, in order to be a championship team, I believe it's all my heart, you gotta have leadership from the player position. Like the players gotta take over the team, right? And one thing that I saw, Miami got a fabulous play, got an interception. Jalen Phillips, 15, right? Got a pick. My man Nesta Siesta Severa got. Flores. They tried a trick play. So anyway, to get the sideline,
he need to play receiver.
Huh?
He need to play receiver.
Oh, the way he caught that thing, right? We need
no, just because he caught one.
Right, exactly.
Switch the DBs to receiver.
Yeah, so Klew, so no doubt. That's a whole nother story right there. But Klew, so the thing is he got a flag and got ejected out of the game. And you saw Manny Diaz talking to him like, basically, if I could read his lips because he had the mask on, hey, man, you can't do that. But the guy body position was like, how like somebody ain't really trying to hear it,
Right. And
he's like, oh, this, right? Then the camera goes off, show the play, and then come back on. And then you had Nesta, my man Nesta Severa, number one, was talking to him. And you could see the whole disposition change. The guy was like, yeah, man, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like he was so remorseful. And so what I'm telling you is that when you get the leadership accountability from the player standpoint, that's we're heading in the right direction.
Listen, let's move on, man. You want them to be y'all so bad. It's not that. It's not.
Virginia Tech is having their home game at y'all. What's the name of y'all stadium?
Wallace Wade, baby. Wallace Wade, baby.
That's the Duke home fit.
LB, you set yourself up every year. You really think they y'all. They not y'all, bro. They're not y'all.
And we head in the right direction. But you know what? Hey, Klew, Duke is y'all. They keeping up the tradition of taking the L.
Hey, look, I'm gonna take that. Last time I played y'all, we held up. Hey, we held up the victory, baby. So that's all. You only good as your last game. Remember that, Mac. Hey, listen, Bama back, man. Bama football back. You know, they was back last week and they took care of business. It was a man, that Missouri game, whole nother stuff. They looked like they were scrimmaging out there. Just really, I'm just being honest with you. But MB, they playing Texas A&M, and we remember the guy at Texas A&M. That's old Jimbo.
Yeah.
That's old ACC guy.
Yeah.
And he got another, you know, feel like a guy that's been in college forever, Kelly Mons. And MB. They ain't even let Kelly throw no more, man. Kelly threw for 189 yards and 1 touch. And then they only rushed for 130 yards. Who they finna play that with? Who they finna try to go to Tuscaloosa with that? Boy, stop.
Bro, and you ain't even said, hey, listen, Klew, you ain't even see the worst part. You ain't even mention the worst part. They played Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
They barely beat Vanderbilt. 17-12 with the freshman. Vanderbilt had a freshman quarterback.
Right.
And for Mons, he was 17, like you say, for 28 for 189 yards. I mean, they had 3 takeaway turnovers, man. That's the problem. You can't turn the ball over. I don't care who you play, right? Only thing that saved him because Vandy turned the ball over twice. The young quarterback, one throw wasn't on him. The other throw, he made a bad decision, had 2 takeaways. But like you say, they only had like the only thing that addition to that saved them was their running game. They had 2 running backs, Spiller and Smith. Spiller had over 100 yards, and the other
and Smith 130 yards don't rush it.
Exactly. They only had 5 yards the first half.
Hey, all I'm saying is they ain't do too much.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. So Bama's a grown man. I don't care. Right now they breaking in another quarterback. The guy Jones started last year when Tua got hurt. He finished the season out, but man, Bama got too much firepower, man. And the thing I like about Bama, right, that they don't just put it on the quarterback, put everything on the quarterback. They establish that run, man. They got Harris at running back. He had three touches, and then Waddle, the receiver, had 2 touches. So they get it done. And touches for you guys mean touchdowns. So they give it. And so one thing I like about Nick Saban, he give his playmakers the ball. He makes sure his playmakers touch the ball, get the ball, and that's what they're doing. So man, this ain't gonna be no contest, man. Bama got this thing.
Yeah, it's sad. I gotta agree with you. The names you named, Devontae Smith, you missed him. That's the speed guy as well, stretching the field, the bigger, more prototype receiver. But when Bama, man, listen, they are so good on defense. You just gonna enjoy them. You just gonna want them to play defense all game. Listen, Dylan Moses is back from a knee injury from last year. He was a first-round pick last year, guys.
Yeah.
He's back. And MB, look at that young fella out there running with him, Christian Harris. MB, listen, to me, and they was out the gate, first game and playing Missouri. To me, Christian Harris better than Dylan Moses. That's how scary they is. He's a sophomore. That's the true freshman that had to play in his place last year after he went down. That boy is an animal. Just watch him. So they got 2 linebackers that's going to be first-round picks. And then on the back end, Patrick Surtain Jr. that just locks up everything. Listen, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. The only thing that you could say I hate to say put the edge in A&M, but I don't want to say that, right? But make A&M a little bit more comfortable is obviously Jimbo. He used to work for Nick Saban, so he understands the defense and stuff. So if there's somebody that knows how to attack it, he can attack it. But like you say, he ain't got enough war daddies, man, to overcome what Bama does. Bama got some players, man. He can't overcome that, you know. Every name we just named for Bama, except for probably Mac Jones, is a problem. Okay, you know. And I just I'm gonna throw this too. Jimbo got to get it together on recruiting, man. He gonna find himself getting ran out of town in Texas A&M. You watch, because I think this is gonna be a down year, and with them, I don't know how they got this number 13 ranking. But they didn't deserve it if you watch that game. And he going to be punished for this ranking. And so I'm saying moving down the line, MB, This could come up to bite him.
Yeah.
Moving right along, we got Kirby Smart versus Gus Malzahn. If you don't know them people, that's Georgia and Auburn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Georgia and Auburn. And let me tell you what this game gonna be.
What's that?
Defense versus offense. Period. The offense gonna come from Auburn. The defense gonna come from Kirby and them boys, them Bulldogs. The Bulldogs stunk it up last week on offense in the first half. They had to switch quarterback. I don't know how this young fella won the job, to be honest with you. I looked at the young fella highlights in high school and really wasn't all that high. So I don't know how he beat a transfer junior, MB. A junior transferred in and he beat him out. And that's the guy Stetson who came in and ended up turning the ties. They were only up like 10-7 or something, 9-7. And he put up 20 points, and they ended up winning the game 30-7. So that's the game that Georgia's playing. They playing with their defense. On the flip side, Gus Malzahn, man, they struggled a lot against Kentucky. But that's not Kentucky of old. Kentucky has been playing well for the last.
Kentucky is a ranked team.
Right.
Ranked team.
Right. And so it was a tough outing. And Bo Nix has to be better. I was down on him last year. He has to be much better than that. You can't use the excuse anymore. You're young. You're an older guy now. You're a leader now. You got to start making plays. And we all know Gus Malzahn puts you in a position to make plays in that offense.
Yeah, and I think for me, I think he's heading in the right direction. Especially, we say a lot the quarterback best friend on offense is tight end, but not so quickly. If you got a receiver that looked like a tight end and the dude Williams I forgot his number 18, that's a grown man. That joker had some too, and Bo Nix, he did a good job. He had like 3 touchdown passes and whatnot. And that number 18, Klew, I mean, that joker was out there mossing people. And then one time he called a touchdown on the dude, and he pimp slapped him, like, get out of here. And slapped him on the side of the head, like, get out of here trying to cover me, So anytime you got a receiver like that, man, because a couple touchdown pass, both touchdown pass, he just threw it up to him, the dude when he got him. So obviously that dude that's going to help Bo development. But you're right. But to me, like, it's not, I wouldn't say defense versus offense. I definitely understand. Obviously, Georgia defense is stellar. I mean, they had 3 interceptions last game, and one of them was a pick 6. And on top of that, they had a safety. So they scored some points defensively. They scored, there you go, 8 points right there defensively.
Right.
So obviously, they come ready to play defensive. And then Auburn, obviously, like you said, they're trying to move the ball. And with the Gus scheme and stuff, that's definitely a threat. And so, but for me, like Auburn, defensive wise, they have some holes in it. So, as I'm talking right now, I guess it is what you said, then, Klew. It is Georgia defense versus Auburn offense, because defensively, Auburn, they're not where they need to be.
Right.
But here's another familiarity again, right? That will go and help Auburn to a degree. Kevin Steele, who's the defense coordinator at Auburn, used to be my linebacker coach at Carolina Panthers. They run the same scheme as Kirby does. So for Auburn, it's some comfort knowing how to attack that scheme. Right. Whether you can get it done, that's another issue. But you at least know how to attack it. You see what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
you know what positions to put them in and whatnot. So, but I'm going with Georgia, man. I think I'm a defensive guy. Defense win championship. Yeah. The other concern that Klew you mentioned, what you brought up about the quarterback position, that last week it was cloudy. You had Matthews that started, then you had Bennett that came in and finished the game. Well, they got two other quarterbacks that was out last game that's in it with JT Daniels. You remember that name? He was at USC. He couldn't play the first game because I think of injury. Now he's back in the mix, and then Kirby's saying that, hey, we're gonna play all 4. Exactly. So you're like, oh my God, yeah. So for that, if you're gonna play all 4, that lets me know the way to help them out. You got to establish the run game, and that's what Georgia need to do: establish run game, because Auburn run defense. I mean, they lost. What's the dude was a grown man, ended up going to Carolina Panthers. Derek. I forgot his name. Big old defensive tackle. Golly, first round pick with Carolina Panthers. I remember that. But they lost up front. They lost some guys up front, and then they got hit hard by the COVID. So I see Georgia, if they can establish a run out and help out whoever they put at quarterback, and then just play good defensive ball, man, they should win that game.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now we'll jump to the NFL and MB. I don't know why, but he wanted to talk about the Thursday toilet bowl game, Thursday night toilet bowl.
What we call the toilet bowl, right? The toilet bowl, man. Hey, yo, we gotta talk about what we try to do on these Friday shows. We at least try to talk about what happened in the NFL, show some love. And obviously, I'm calling it the toilet bowl because heading into the game, both team was winless, and so I had a chance to see it, man. And for the most part, now I fell asleep on it, the rest.
Right.
But then, but it was a toilet bowl. I mean, they both was playing hard, trying to get that win, and the Broncos They just did a little bit more to get it done, especially at the end with the wild finish. They went to a 4-minute offense, and then now somebody lose contain, and then Gordon end up scoring the game-sealing touchdown. And then, but one thing I saw, man, I saw some fight, right, from both teams. I'm not a big Sam Darnold fan at all. I think he's got all abilities, but made bad decisions. And then when he got hurt, I'm like, oh, it may be a blessing in disguise. Now Joe Flacco, he come in for the game, but Sam ended up coming back, and he made some good decisions. And is that Chowder, the receiver? Is that the same Chowder from Duke? You remember that?
Yeah,
that dude, a
baller.
That dude is a baller, and he was showing up, making some plays. So, and then even
5 foot nothing, 100 and nothing too,
huh?
5 foot nothing, Jamison Crowder, 5 foot nothing, 100 and nothing.
Yeah,
he lightning in the ball right there,
bro. And he was making some plays, man. I was saying, just keep feeding him. And then Pierre Desai, man, I felt so bad for him, man, because they was going after him. He's the corner for the Jets, but then he stepped up and made him pay. He had like 2 picks, had a pick 6. So it was a good battle. It was a classic toilet bowl. And then obviously, man, I know Frank Gore didn't have a big day, but just the fact, man, 16 years.
He's still doing it.
He's still doing it, man.
Right.
So obviously it was a good Thursday night game, but somebody got their first win, and the first win was the Broncos. And then it was a crazy finish, Klew. They had lost too much time on the clock. And Greg was going after that quarterback, trying to kill him. So they had roughing the penalty, and unnecessary roughness twice because they were trying to eat the clock out and stuff like that. It was crazy. It was crazy finish, man. But it was bad ball. Overall, bad football.
I don't know why you want to know this, but you said is Adam Gase out the door? I feel like if you asking that question, you already know the answer to it.
Well, hey, it's kind of catch-22. What's up, man? Big B, how you doing, baby? Big B, can you hear us? Can you hear it, Big B? Say, son, como te llama?
There we go. Hey, man, we had some technical
Big B?
issues over here, Brian.
How you doing, man?
Hey, man.
One of them kids get you on, man.
Man.
Call one of them kids and they'll have you good.
I got kicked. Look at here. I got kicked out of the room. They in there streaming. I'm like, hold up. Y'all can't be loud up in here. We're about to do a radio show. They was like, well, Daddy, I don't know. You got to go. I was like, man. Come on, man. Man.
What's up, Big B? How you doing, man?
Hey, man, I'm just cold chilling right now. Hey, just got some food because I haven't eaten all day.
Okay.
You know how it is, man. You doing that coaching thing.
Yeah.
Man, it's a grind. That's
so talk about where you coaching at, what position, or
tell me a little bit about yourself, Big B.
Well, okay, all right, okay. Let me see. Well, I spent some time in the league. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I was with my boy here, MB. We started off here at the Houston Oilers, right?
The Love You Blue, baby.
Yeah, Love You Blue, man. Big number 1. You know what I'm saying? So let me see. But MB, you probably left about a couple of years after I was there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So then I eventually took over, but it took a couple of guys getting hurt first before I got my shot. So it's all good. As long as you can get in where you fit in.
That's right. That's right.
Hey,
My kind of guy.
Hey, that's it right there. And so from there, I was there through that whole time through the Tennessee move, and then we went the Super Bowl team when we lost that game by a yard. And then after that, I left there and then went to the Dallas Cowboys, played with them for a whole year. And after that, you know how the career is. It just ends. Like, you know what I mean? It was just over. So spent some time trying to figure out what I wanted to do. Ended up getting into coaching about 3 or 4 years later, after some soul searching. So, and now I'm right here. I'm at Arlington Bowie High School here in Arlington, Texas.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So, I mean, our district's pretty tough. So, and I coach inside linebackers there. And I also coach outside and inside linebackers on the JV. And so, and I had to get and it's a teaching position too. So I'm a teacher, but I teach the cool subject, man, PE. Right? Hey, like, look, they tried to put me in history. I said, all right. I said, because I got a history cert too. But I said, man, you can put me in that history if you want, but my lane is the PE lane. Okay. So let me stay in my lane.
Hey, how bad you want these kids to learn?
Man, they ain't trying to learn. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you guys right now. Look, these kids, man, they not trying to learn anything. I'm gonna tell you that right now. During this pandemic, they not trying to do anything right now. We're just trying to get them to do something.
Right.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, because a lot of them they're traumatized by the whole coronavirus and being at home all day, being shut in, not being able to socialize. I mean, it's messed a lot of them up, man. We have to they tell us hey, this is a fluid situation. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead. We don't want to fail them all because a lot of them ain't doing everything. So they say, let's go grace over grades. That's the motto.
Oh,
Grace over grades.
Yeah. Grace over grades.
Hey,
Wow.
everybody eligible.
Everybody eligible.
That kid that you never thought you was gonna get a chance with, he out there balling right now.
Yeah, out there balling. And man, it's crazy because you know what? At our school though, we got a lot of new teachers. So what they've been doing, they was failing a lot of kids. So our coach was like, hold up. He talked to the principal and boom. Next thing you know, grace over grades kicked in.
Hey, B, are y'all? Is everything? Are y'all 100% virtual? Is that how it go?
No, we're doing some kind of a hybrid model. What we do is that they're broken up into days. So we got a 5-day hybrid model where a kid might get in-person learning 1 day a week, and they break it up by the alphabet. So you might have A through L one day, and then M through Z the next day, and then they flip-flop, and on Friday you can choose to come if you want to come.
Right. Okay.
So, but you have to make sure that you're logging on doing your work. That's how they take attendance. That's how they make sure they're accountable, that kind of thing. Because that's how the school districts make their money. If kids are attending school and are actually doing work. So
right. Well, hey, later on after because we was just talking about the game last night. We labeled that the toilet bowl between the Jets and the Broncos, and we talked about Klew was just asking me the question about Adam Gase. Do I think is he going to get fired? He's going to make it. What's your opinion on that? Quickly, and then later on we want to ask you about the COVID from your standpoint. But talk a little bit about Adam Gase. Talk about what's your take on that.
Man, Adam Gase right now, man, look, he's been the talk of the town everywhere. I don't care, wherever you turn on the radio, whatever show you're watching. I mean, that's what they're talking about. They're talking about the issues with Adam Gase and him not having a relationship with the general manager, and these guys are making a mockery of the whole organization. So of course, when things are not going well, man, guess what's going to happen? Somebody got to take the hit.
Yep.
And so I'm thinking it's going to be the coach, man, because look, I think he has lost the locker room because I just watched a highlight. because yesterday we had a game, so I didn't really get a chance to watch the whole game. But man, I watched the highlight of them in Denver yesterday, man, and it was a run by I forget the name of the running back, man. It was a quick glance, but man, it was some of the worst execution I've ever seen from a defense. And man, these guys couldn't tackle. They weren't running to the ball. There were so many things that they weren't doing. Just basic unprofessional things. Because come on now, you're getting paid to play. I mean, it's not like, this ain't like high school or a college. Man, you're getting paid to play. And so with these guys not executing the way that they are, it all falls back down on the head coach. I mean, I can't see, what other direction they could go. Because I tell you what, man, if that had been anybody else, he'd probably been out the door. He must have something on somebody.
Right.
It's really crazy right now.
Well, I know a lot of people feel questioning from the beginning that he even got the job coming from the Dolphins. How did he get that job? Like, give somebody else a chance. Yep. But anyway, you definitely right on that. Hey, what's your thoughts? Let's talk a little bit about, man, the game, what we're labeling the game of the week, man. Kansas City Chiefs and New England Patriots, man. Big B, man, what's your thoughts on that game, man? Give us the lowdown on that.
Man, I'll tell you what, man. Cam Newton has really surprised me, man. I mean, at first, I thought he was kind of washed up a little bit, especially, everybody knows Cam's kind of weird, and I thought his behavior was kind of weird. And I'm like, man, maybe he's going through something, maybe he's done because, with the shoulder injury, they said he wasn't throwing the same way and he wasn't performing the same way. But, man, he got down there with Belichick and the OC down there, man, in New England. And, man, he's doing some really interesting things. They're really utilizing his strengths. Right. Okay, so they're not really asking him to do the things that he used to could do, but they're actually, man, asking him to do the things where he's strong at, which is running the football, okay, tucking it, because that dude is big, man.
Yeah.
Running the ball. Hey, have him throw some high percentage routes, some intermediate things, some things that, to manage the game well. And in terms of man, this guy here, I just think he found his spot. Right. I really do. And I think, with him being there and them allowing him to do what he needs to do, to allow him to be himself, they're going to be tough to beat, I think.
So do you think they're, when you say tough to beat, do you think Kansas City Chiefs are take the first L of the season? Or
no, I'm not going to go that far to say that. I think, man, Patrick Mahomes, dude, that dude's a freak, man. It's like, I've been talking to people about him, man. They say the guy's got a photographic memory, man. Like, if you got a guy that's got a photographic memory, if he truly has one and he plays like he has one, right? I'm just like, that's hard to beat because he pretty much, once he sees something once, right, that's it. And so when he calls a play or he sees a coverage of anything, he automatically knows, okay, how to beat that. All right. And with the surrounding cast that he has around him, dude, they're gonna be hard to beat again this year. They might repeat. I really think they will.
Now both of us picked them to repeat, Big B, but I will tell you this: I'm going against the grain this week. Cam, Cam. That's what I'm going with.
Man, listen, like you said, they just got so much weapons, and one thing that Belichick has always did a great job of is finding out what you do well and taking it from you. But, man, you got to pick your poison with them. I mean, because if you try to take away, say, the deep throws, then they're going to kill you underneath with the running back. You try to take him away. I mean, it's just too many. Like, who do you double? Who do you take away? Yeah. Yeah. And then if you try to press him, like my man that his running style is – he got some athleticism, but I don't know if his girdle too tight or something. When he try to run, he take those little short, choppy steps, but he's got enough athleticism where he can buy time to get guys open, man. So, I mean, it's just the best thing they can do is what you said earlier that you didn't say directly is do what Cam do well, and that's like continue to run the ball, continue to do that, win the field position, limit their opportunities, play ball control offense, and then hopefully your defense can come up with something scheme-wise where you can win first and second down and make them go for third and double digits, and then that way try to slow them down that way. But they got so much firepower, man. And right now, like I think Klew like to say all the time, they don't have a defense, but I think New England needs to start running the ball and establish their running game and play keep away from them and play ball control offense to have a chance to come out with the W, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And that style that he has is called afflicted running style. He runs afflicted.
Well, that old school right there. Boy, you look afflicted out there.
Y'all haven't heard that in a long time.
I remember that word.
Yeah, that dude just afflicted, man.
Oh, no doubt, man. Hey, but he is good. Well, now, Big B, you in Texas, man. Give us a quick rundown. What you think about your Cowboys? What the Cowboys gonna do?
How about
them Cowboys? Klew don't pick the Cowboys to win it all.
No. To get there. Okay.
Hey, man. Hey, man, I tell you what, I like my Cowboys team. I mean, I grew up watching Cowboys, man. But, man, I'm telling you right now, man, they look a whole lot better than they did last year under Jason Garrett. Okay. But, yeah, I really do. But, man, I just think there's still something not quite there yet. I don't know what it is.
You know what it is. You a defensive guy. It's the darn defense. That's who ain't there. They ain't showing up yet. What you talking about?
Man, I just hope you show up, man. Look, man, this offense could be so explosive, man. And, you know, I just think right now they're still underachieving for some reason. Like you said, Klew, I mean, it's these guys, man, really disappoint me year after year after year. And I'm trying to stay on their bandwagon, but every time, man, I feel like they're going to do something great, man, they go out and lose a game that they're supposed to win.
Right.
Okay. And I'm hoping that these guys don't roll up into Cleveland, right, and think they're just going to get a dub. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they really need to go in there and make sure, man, that they're executing the offense and that these guys, man, are playing great defense, because I tell you what, you can't sleep on the Cleveland Browns, man. Right. It's just something about them. They got a lot of weapons. They got on offense. They got a lot of guys that can hurt them. So we'll see, man, which Cowboy team going to show up. Is the dominant Cowboy team going to show up, especially the one they got a lot of injuries up front as well. But, you know, these guys get paid just like everybody else. So I don't know, man. It's going to be hard for me to call this game. I'm kind of biased on this one, but I'm going to go ahead.
I think them boys got something to prove this game. This is a must win. They've lost two really tough this early. They've lost two really tough games to two really good teams, and this is not a good team. I don't care about all these weapons you talking about. Everybody else been dragging these weapons through the mud, except for another garbage team last week that they finally got on the win column. If Dallas don't win this game, we in trouble this year.
We in trouble.
Well, hey, here's the problem, though, Klew, is that it seemed like it's deja vu because Dallas 1 and 2, they still tied for first place.
What did we talk about earlier? We talked about the NFC was going to be a garbage division.
Again. Second year in a row.
So I don't know if it's must win this early because obviously without
no. I'm talking about just for their team, it's a must win. You know what I'm saying? Internally, MB. You know what I mean? They still gonna win the division. I'm talking about internally, how look, man, we know we better than these guys. Right. We gotta beat these guys and we gotta dominate these guys. If we don't, then we begin to question ourselves. That's what I'm going for.
I think it's anything.
I'm going for the Cleveland. I think the Browns gonna get them. just because the Browns, what they've been doing lately as far as establishing the run and more balance, and they're not leaning on Baker Mayfield to try to help them, lead them and throw for 45 something attempts or 50 attempts. They got more balanced offense and stuff, and the running backs in the game. And I think right now that Dallas, man, that if Cleveland can establish the run like they've been doing the previous game, Dallas just don't have the DBs up to handle it over top, man. So I'm going with those Cowboys, man. Klew, what you got, baby?
Oh, you know I got the Cowboys, man.
Yeah.
We got to get on the good foot.
Yeah,
my granny. Hey, that's what my granny say. You got to get on the good foot.
What other game? Any other games you want to talk about? I know you got to go. What? Any other
So I'll shoot out my picks real quick and let y'all go back through them. Seattle and Miami.
Ooh,
I'm gonna
man.
go with Seattle. I think that's
Seattle.
the Chargers and Tampa Bay. Listen, so Tampa Bay. I don't know who picked their schedule, but it shows sweet. They ain't gonna play a game for another 2 weeks. So this is an easy win for them, but they ain't gonna play another game till they play Green Bay in 2 weeks. So that's the game I'm marking on my calendar. We talked about Cleveland and then the Giants at the Rams. Man, come on, come on, Giants, man. Come on, hey, look, I'm going against the grain 2 weeks in a row. How about them Giants?
Oh, good Lord.
How about them Giants?
Hey, we need to test you, bro. We need to test you.
Don't take care, man. Big B, nice hollering at you on the show, man. Please come back and holler at us some more, man.
Man, appreciate it, man. Good to meet you too, man. Had a great time.
All right, it'll be
later, man. Nah, man. Hey, I don't know about that. We need to drug test that dude. He talking about the Giants gonna win that game, bro.
No, sir.
I don't see it. The Rams, man, they coming off a tough loss, man. They want revenge. Vengeance is mine, right?
Yes.
I don't see, man, the Giants, man. I love my G, man, but I don't think they're gonna pull it out, man. Whatsoever. I just don't think they could do it. But B, man, you know what? I know once again you're coaching down at high school down in Texas, Arlington, Texas. You know, one thing. What's your thoughts on you see this week COVID situation where Pittsburgh Steelers and Tennessee Titans played a game with against the Minnesota Vikings, and come to find out 6 players got tested positive for COVID-19, and then 7 employees, so 13 in total. And so some talk they shut down the facility and whatnot, and then they talked about postponing the game or pushing the game back to Tuesday. Then just word came out that another person got positive, so they end up canceling the game for this week, and they're going to reschedule that at a later date. What's your thoughts on that? As far as the whole thing, COVID, obviously being a high school coach, you guys got to maneuver some things yourself. But what's your overall thoughts on the NFL, COVID, postponing, just your old general thoughts indeed?
You know what? This whole thing, I find it quite disturbing. I mean, to say the least. I mean, we're talking about, man, a virus that is, man, something the world has never seen before, okay? Right. And we're putting human lives at risk for entertainment. From day one, I've never understood this.
Right.
Okay? And I'm thinking like, man, they should shut the whole thing down. Now, I'm not saying we should shut the country down, because I know everything has to keep going some kind of way. We got to find a way, but we don't have to have sports right now. People say, oh, yeah, we need sports. No, you need God. Okay. And we don't have to have that. We're putting other people at risk. We're putting men at risk, women at risk, people who have families. And I even talked about this on high school level. You know, they're putting teachers at risk. They're putting coaches at risk and grandparents at risk, because a lot of these kids, they stay with their grandparents. Right. Somebody who has an underlying condition, and we're choosing to choose money over human life.
Right. Is it just money, right? Because check this out, because I know back in the day, man, I mean, dudes just love to play. Like people ask me, man, well, with the concussion protocol, concussion issues, will you still play? And I'm like, yeah, I would have played. The bad thing about the NFL, they just keep that away from people. A lot of people are playing. You look at it on the college level or the pro level, they have an opportunity to opt out, but guys choosing to play because definitely some people playing for the money, but from a college standpoint or high school, or you're in high school, even Pop Warner, a lot of people are playing for the love of the game. I mean, what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but somebody has to step up and be the grown up here, man. Yeah. Because I understand, like, we love to do what we do. I mean, if you've played football in your life and you stuck with it, you love the game.
Right.
Okay. But we're talking about something, man, that's unprecedented here in the world, and something that we don't have a clue on how to handle. And we're out here exposing these guys to this virus, man. And it's really scary because I'm just like, man, what is it going to take for people to wake up? Is it going to take for somebody to die?
Yeah.
For somebody's child in college to get it and die? You know, anybody's child to get it. I just don't understand, man. I mean, the game will be there.
Right.
Okay. The game's going to always be there. But my thoughts on this is that, man, look, we got to do what's best for human beings. And to me, we're just putting them at risk out there getting exposed. Because, man, I'm telling you, every day when I go to work and I have to deal with these kids, man, you got to constantly tempt them, constantly spray their hands, constantly tell them social distance, constantly to tell them to wear the mask. And they don't want to do it.
What are y'all, Big B, what are y'all doing in the high school level right there in Arlington? Is there any testing required, or how what's the protocol, or what y'all have in place to prevent the spread? What are y'all doing on that level?
Well, there's no testing involved. All we do is check temperatures every day.
Okay.
And they have to fill out a questionnaire every day, a form. It's a digital form.
Okay.
And then ask them a series of questions related to COVID.
Okay.
Now, if any of those are a yes, then of course they're going to be separated in quarantine from everybody else. Okay. And then also in everywhere they go throughout the school or even in the facility, if they need to go to the restroom, they got to scan a QR code. Okay. When we go on trips, we have to have seating charts. We have to have everything in place. So if somebody was to come up positive, they can do contact tracing.
Okay.
And that's how they're doing it. As far as like the policy is concerned, you know, I believe it has to be X amount of positive cases before they shut it down. They recently just shut down a whole high school here in Arlington, Texas, and the junior high which is only less than 2 miles from our school.
Okay.
They had an outbreak, man, a whole football team at an Arlington school, and half of the junior high team and the coaching staff all contacted COVID.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you think, and I understand from a high school level, obviously with the testing and stuff, it can be real expensive. Do you feel like from the NFL college level do you think they're doing enough in the beginning to reduce the effect, or do you think can they even do enough?
They can't do it. I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna come out later, MB, and I'm gonna promise you this. They're not being honest. I'll bet you, I can put money on it that I can bet you most of these colleges that are out there, right, and even on the NFL level, they're not being 100% honest about these positive cases. And I can guarantee you they're probably not really keeping track of it because they know one case, two cases, and if it gets up to 5, it's a wrap. They know it's going to have to be a shutdown. It's going to hurt that money. Right. And that's the thing, because, you know, I know they had an outbreak a little smaller. They had one at my school. And man, I mean to tell you, you know, the communication process is just not there because it's still such a fluid situation. They're still trying to figure out how to handle it and how to deal with it.
Hey, B, Adam got a question. He's talking about wearing bracelet with QR codes. Is that what you're saying they're doing, or?
No, they're actually posting the QR codes on the actual, like, say if they go to lunch, you know, it's actually on a seat. It's actually at every door. And actually when they have to come into the facility, a coach is there to greet them with a QR code that they have to scan. And they also have to get sprayed and temped before they come in. And also that QR code is also located on the school website too as well. So, you know, they're getting the information. It's just and then, you know, it's just a matter of them. Are they going to be honest, you know, when they're filling the thing out?
Exactly. No doubt.
Because they want to play, man.
Exactly. Kids want to play.
They want to play.
What's your thoughts with NFL, right? I know kids want to play. It seems like the NFL want to play. Do you really think they'll be able to finish the season? Right now, it's early in the season. They're able to make some changes. But how about you get mid-season and something like this happen?
I don't see
I
that.
mean, how you able? It's not like baseball where I say you could double up a game. You know,
Right.
it's only so much you could do. What's your thoughts? Do you think the NFL is going to be able, with this current structure in place, be able to finish their season, or what's your overall thoughts on that?
It's a couple of things are going to depend upon that. Are these guys going to be responsible? Okay. Are they going to be responsible? Are they going to do the right things and not go to places, socialize, go to big group functions?
Well, you see that the answer is no. You see the Raiders already.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And
Right.
and you know, and that's just the thing, man. I don't see it happening because we haven't even gotten into, you know what I'm saying, the flu season yet.
Right.
We haven't even what's gonna happen, because allergy season has already started. Because I can feel it now. I'm sneezing and stuff, and I'm paranoid. Oh,
right.
You know, but I know it's my allergies.
Right.
But now, I mean, just imagine, you know, flu season starts and we get our first case of flu COVID combo.
Yeah.
Nobody knows how the body's going to react to that. And that's what's scary. And with people not social distancing and people not wearing masks and people not following protocols and simply have no care for others, you know, they just, because they feel like their freedoms are being pressed upon, you know, that's not the case. It's just, to me, it's being responsible. And I don't think these guys are capable of doing it. Right. I really don't.
Right.
You know,
no doubt.
I see these guys I see these kind of kids, because, you know, the same kids that I deal with now are going to be the same grown men. They're going to be grown men in the next 5 to 10 years, 6 years, 6 years, and they're going to have the same behavior.
Right.
Okay. Until they get over 35.
Yeah. Unless they have
till the light comes on.
Yeah. Unless they have a come to Jesus meeting, son, you know,
man.
But you see it. I mean, you could tell between us, man. We've been to a lot of training camps, and you know how it is with dudes breaking curfew. We had to do early in the season trying to sneak a girl into the dorm, Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, you saw that, right?
So right. So for them to do the whole to stay right or not be selfish or, you know, social distance, do whatever the league is asking them to do, man, it's gonna be challenging, man. You know.
It's gonna be very challenging.
Yeah, I mean, because you gotta, like you said, you got a lot of dudes like folks say young, dumb, and full of cum, and they try to, you know,
that's it.
Right. So, and they got money in their pocket, and they trying to enjoy themselves, and it's just hard, man. You can say that speech, and so obviously, man, it's gonna be challenging, man. Well, B, man, hey, look, man, I appreciate you coming on, man. Thank you so much, bro.
Hey, man, I enjoyed it. I love doing talk. I love talking to people. Love radio. Love people, man. Love them.
Hey, well, man, Adam, he double A say was gonna ask you about those sniffles, B.
Yeah, man. Hey, look. Hey, I had a couple of coaches, Adam. I had a couple of coaches look at me and say, "Hey, Big B, you all right?" I'm like, "Hey, man, I'm good. I don't have nothing. It's just my allergies." Okay.
Right.
Mountain Cedar's high right now, so I'm having little sniffles. But I'm good.
Hey, nowadays when somebody sneezes, it's not like God bless you. It's like,
whoa, hey, exactly.
Right, exactly,
man.
Hey, appreciate you, B, man. Thank you, man. We got to do, like I said, we got to do this again, man. So when your schedule permit, man, we got to get you back on and give you more time, man. Because we love to get your opinion about a whole lot more, a lot of different issues that we talk about. But man, thank you so much for coming on, man. Tell the family I said hi, man. I love you, bro.
Love you too, man. We'll see you later, bro.
All right, take care, man.
All right,
peace. All right, thank y'all for joining us today, man. I had my boy Big B and Klew who had to go, man. Hey, this is Sideline or Baseline. Make sure you subscribe for those who haven't. And, hey, catch us the next time. Appreciate you. Y'all have a great day. God bless. Peace. Hey, and you see it, go Canes. We ain't talking about the Hurricanes, but the Hurricanes got that bye week. So we getting ready for the Clemson Tigers the following week, baby. So we're going to get it done. Hey, and also speaking of Hurricanes, hey, you don't want to miss it next Wednesday at 7 p.m. All right, we're going to have those boys, man, the 87 University of Miami National Championship team. Roll call. We got those Canes over here. Reese, Reese. We got those Canes over here. Reese, Reese. Man, we got Steve Walsh coming on. My boy Melvin Bratton. Benny Blaze coming off that hash. My man Bill Hawkins, Greg Mark. All right, man, roll calls, Bubba McDowell, that 87 National Hurricane Champion winning team is going to be on, man. We got my man, we got some ballers that's coming on, man. You don't want to miss it. That's going to be next Wednesday, all right, at 7 p.m. Eastern, all right, on Sideline or Baseline, man, right here. We're getting it done. All right, until then, man, y'all take care. God bless. We'll see you soon. Peace.